Kyler Murray lands a new gig. We talk about touchdowns for teachers and the return of Darius Robinson. Stay tuned.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray keeps it downfield. It's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Singh, and today I'm going to run through the injury report with you. We'll talk about who's playing, who's not, who we're celebrating, all that good stuff. And we'll touch base with my co-host, Charlotte Shaff, for the Positivity Playbook. First, let's dive into some stats from last week. One of my very favorite emails that comes to me every week from NFL Communications is called the capsule. And when you open it up, it is a plethora of information that I use for my podcasts, my articles, my sports betting. So let's dive into that and talk about some of the key highlights from last week as we go into week 6. So first, Kyler Murray. He had 278 yards and 2 touchdowns last week in week 5. This was his 19th career game with both a passing and a rushing touchdown. This could be his 8th game in a row on the road, his 13th game in a row overall with a touchdown pass. So if you're into prop bets, shout out sponsor DraftKings, why don't you take a look at Kyler Murray for a touchdown pass this week? Marvin Harrison Jr., he has had 5 or more catches in 2 of his 3 last games, and he's had a receiving touchdown in 3 of his last 4 games. Shout out Marvin Harrison Jr. Michael Wilson, he had a big 5 catches. This was a season high for him and a team high 78 receiving yards this last week. James Conner had 100 scrimmage yards. That would be 86 rushing yards and 14 receiving yards. He has had 100 or more scrimmage yards in 3 of his last 4 games, and he has had 10 touchdowns in his past 10 games. He rushed for 2 touchdowns the last time the Cardinals faced off against Green Bay. Trey McBride, he had 6 catches for 53 yards last week. He's had 5 or more catches in 3 of his 4 games this season. This could be his 7th game in a row on the road with 5 or more catches. So Trey McBride continues to be a top target for the Arizona Cardinals. Safety Budda Baker led the team with 12 tackles in week 5. He currently ranks tied for first among defensive backs with 52 tackles in 2024. And those are my favorite top stats for week 5 as we head into week 6. Let's welcome my co-host, Charlotte Shaff, with the Positivity Playbook. Charlotte, welcome to the show. Excuse this crazy hair. It's a little humid today here in California. How has your week been?
Well, I mean, after Sunday, I have been flying high. Let me just say, I'm doing well. It's been a busy week, very tiring, but good.
So good. It was so great to wake up to a Victory Monday.
Absolutely. What a roller coaster to go from so low after that Washington game to seeing the Cardinals win it in San Francisco. I mean, I was flying high. I mean, wow.
So good. Well, on top of that, we have extra good personnel news because a key player is returning to the field for sure.
Yay, I'm so excited. One of my favorites from the rookies from this draft is Darius Robinson, and he was finally cleared to be able to attend practice. I don't have official information. I'm sure you're the one who's going to have that on if he will actually play, but he was at practice on Wednesday.
I remember during the draft how excited you were when he was picked,
Mhm.
that hometown connection and all that. So,
Absolutely.
yay.
I am very excited. Good to see another kid from the state of Michigan playing for the Cardinals.
Love, love, love. Now we have next a really fun, funny, ironic story. People give Kyler such a hard time for being just a young man.
Exactly.
And he's now been able to turn the tables on that. Why don't you tell us what he's got going on?
Well, let me just say, I think that the timing was amazing for us to win on Sunday. And then all of a sudden on Monday, we find out that Kyler is now partnering with Call of Duty. And basically, he did an amazing Twitter post talking about the trolls who were memeing him. Hey, he's got the bag now. He's making some money with this partnership. And good for him. I mean, in the end, the guy is an amazing quarterback. And if he needs to let off steam by playing Call of Duty, good for him and good for him on this sponsorship.
Agreed. I mean, I am sure he is not the only football player playing video games, but man, he got so much flack for that over the last couple of seasons. So to see him be able to capitalize off of that, it's just really sweet.
I mean, I think it's an amazing PR move for him. I will admit, back in the day, people were disappointed, and I did think that was a poor PR move for him just to let it, get so far. But I mean, he's still a part of the Cardinals. He's doing a great job. And after that win on Sunday, what better time to do it?
Yeah, 100%. And I love what you said about being able to blow off some steam. Just, it's his hobby. Give him a man a break.
Exactly. What do you do to blow off a little steam?
What do I do? Shop, probably.
Yeah, online shopping or true crime for me.
True crime and online shopping. I think that's why we are friends.
There you
And
go.
dry bar.
Ooh, yes, which I'm going to right after this podcast taping.
Dry bar. Shout out dry bar, Biltmore.
Hair. Yep.
Okay, and our third story today, touchdowns for teachers. This sounds really
Yeah.
good.
I love it when organizations do things to support our local educators. And if you're not aware, SRP has a promotion right now. It's called SRP Touchdowns for Teachers. You can go to their website. You can see if the teacher you want to nominate is in the area where SRP does service. And then you can nominate them, and they're going to do drawings for teachers to win a $500 grant. And some of them will also be in drawings to win tickets to go see the Cardinals. So if you
I,
know an amazing teacher, let's give them their props and nominate them.
I will make sure that we get the link in the description in case anybody wants to click through. That's so great. Okay, I have to ask you,
Mhm.
do you have any feelings looking ahead at Sunday's game in Green Bay?
Well, the Cardinals fan in me that saw that Hail Larry uh game back in the day. That was so emotional. Like in my head, I just sit there and think, oh my gosh, we got to have another one of those games because it is hard to play in Green Bay with all those fans. They're wonderful people, but it is intense to be there. And luckily, it's not crazy cold. So I am hoping that we can pull out a win. And we seem to be doing all right on the road these days. So I'm hoping for a good game.
Me too. I happened to see Green Bay play the Rams this last weekend, week 5, and The Rams have not been great, so I wasn't expecting much, but I will tell you, it was a good game. Like, it was a good game. There was an opportunity for the Rams to come back late in the game, and it didn't happen. But that, even though Green Bay was on the road and this is going to be Green Bay at home, it still gave me like a little bit of hope. Like, the Cardinals destroyed the Rams.
Mhm.
So let's see what can happen against Green Bay. I'm
Yeah,
excited too.
I'm excited too. And as a Lions fan, also, of course, I want to see the Packers lose every time.
Every time. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte. Let's, catch up. Maybe we'll have another Victory Monday and you could join me this week.
Let's hope so. Yay.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Let's talk injury report. We are all so excited that Darius Robinson has returned to the practice field. What does this mean for him playing? Head coach Jonathan Gannon is quoted as saying he hasn't played football in a long time, so I want to see him get out there and play football. We'll see how it goes. All right, we'll see how it goes. Baby steps, right? Wide receiver Zay Jones is back on the field after a 5-game suspension. This is good news because we did see the team had released another wide receiver, veteran Chris Moore. So it appears that Zay Jones will be back on the active roster. Offensive tackle Kelvin Beachum, he was working off to the side in practice, and guard Isaiah Adams was working through drills with the offensive linemen. Other big injury news, kicker Matt Prater. What's going on with him? Well, it looks like he had been limited in practice. So he is working out, but limited. I think the biggest injury news is probably guard Will Hernandez. He's been placed on injured reserve as of Tuesday with a knee injury. So stay tuned for more information on that. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORTS. And new customers get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Any advice that I may have given is a bet that I'm going to place myself, and I'm not asking you to do the same. I'm just sharing. Here's the legal. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. As far as the Packers injury report, they have quite a long list, but most notable, Christian Watson, wide receiver, limited in practice on Wednesday with an ankle injury, and tight end Luke Musgrave, limited in practice on Wednesday with also an ankle injury. We know that the Cardinals will be playing at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. So while we wish these guys well, it wouldn't hurt if they sat out one more week.
This show, the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh, is sponsored by Homage. Sweet details, your favorite teams. Click the link in the description and get your very own shirt from your favorite team or pop culture using the link in the description. Thank you, Homage.
And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us this week. I hope to see you on Victory Monday. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.